Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Of course today, who else are we going to talk about other than Xavi Hernandez, the new coach of Football Club Barcelona. And today's video basically, I want to do the Xavi video. I want to talk about everything I want to get off my chest, everything I think we should be discussing ahead of Xavi's official start at Barcelona really. He's signed till 2024. His presentation I thought was absolutely excellent. The way he spoke, the things he talked about, I thought was spot on. We'll get onto that later as well. And of course today, as I'm recording this video, Xavi is currently taking charge of his first training session as Barcelona coach. But right now guys, it's the 9th of November 2021. Maybe we'll look back on this in several years time and say, wow, look what we had to look back on, look what we thought of Xavi at the start, and look where he's gone. But in today's video, it's going to be, what should we be expecting from Xavi? What does he need to do at Barcelona? And what should he be doing at Barcelona? All of that is coming right up. Everything Xavi related. Let's get started. And in today's video, I want to go through several key points one by one and essentially discuss the things that Xavi I think should be implementing and the things he will be trying to implement, and that should give us a good structure of the video. The first one I'm going to be talking about, guys, is the Barcelona philosophy, the Barca way of playing football. I think that's going to be one of the main things that when we bring Xavi back, that's what we're going to get back. And certainly, he has to get that back. I think when you think about the way we've been playing in the last few years, we need that identity back. We've said that in the previous few weeks. We need the identity of Barcelona to return to the club, and Xavi's the perfect man for that. He'll have non-negotiable styles that he will be trying to implement, and we have to go along with them. It is about time we are convinced about our idea of football, exactly what Luis Enrique has got right now with the Spanish national team. They have the identity to fall back on when things are going badly, at least even in defeats. As Pablo said on Twitter yesterday, Barcelona should know that we have the identity, the belief in the way we're trying to play football to fall back on, to believe in, to be proud of. That's what Xavi has to bring back. And I know Xavi himself, he will definitely be trying to implement that. That is, non-negotiable. But the big question in football is, can he actually do it? A lot of managers have ideas. I'm sure Setien, when he came to the club, he would have had big ideas of playing, Cruyff football. It doesn't always work is the point. So Xavi will really have to think tactically, very smartly too in the Spanish division, and certainly the Champions League too. It's not a walkover here. He's going to find it tough. But he's got to work hard to implement that on the training ground. That's key. We'll get onto training in a minute, but the training ground work is going to be crucial for this. Formation-wise, look, it's variable. It doesn't really matter. He spoke about that in his press conference too. It's mainly about the style of play, but I am expecting either a 4-3-3 or a 3-4-3, and the principles are all the same, guys. We want to suffocate the opponent with long spells of possession. We want to play fast, attacking, very quick-paced football. We want to also, by the way, when we lose the ball, regain it very quickly. We know as a team, guys, we're not good at sitting in, soaking up pressure. We need to go and attack the ball, win it back immediately. That's what the best sides do, and certainly that's the Barcelona way. And another key point of Xavi's football is stretching the pitch. I think a lot of the time, when we speak about Xavi or Barcelona, we speak about the midfielders and the intricacies, and that's key. Like I said, we'll need to dominate possession. We'll need to, suffocate the opponent with the ball, but also we need to stretch the game. Xavi knows that in the modern era. We need very, very quick wingers, players who can stretch opponents. Dembele, Ansu Fati, Kingsley Coman, Raheem Sterling. I'm talking about these sorts of players. They can be key. The next point we're going to be discussing is regime. Now, this is just the word I've picked, but in my opinion, Xavi Hernandez at Barcelona needs to build a new regime. He needs to remodel the way we are working off the pitch and in preparation for matches, specifically on the training ground, but certainly in other aspects too. And this is something I'm really looking for Xavi to do. And I think this has been one of the main talking points, actually, amongst the fan base, amongst the press, for Xavi's arrival. We need a total new regime at Barcelona. Training, gym, diet, the physical preparation before matches, it has to improve. This is the perfect time for Xavi now to come in and remodel Barcelona. I'll keep going back to that as the video goes on, but this right now for Xavi is his chance, in my opinion. There is no point backing off now. Barcelona are at such a low point. It's actually a great chance for Xavi to just come in and change things, make things the way they were under Pep, have that obsessiveness about things, about the details, about making sure things are in check. That's crucial. And I know how Xavi is as a person. I know he's like this. He'll be completely obsessed with making sure that all the details are in the correct order for Barcelona to be successful. And I think given our current situation, guys, it's just a topic that has to be addressed. We all know it. He was asked about it several times in yesterday's press conference. You look at our injury list right now, guys, it's just unmanageable. But certainly physically, when we go into big matches, we look completely inferior to almost every single opponent, even in La Liga these days, and it's just not good enough. It really isn't. We've got to improve physically, but that comes from gym work, how long we're spending on the training ground, how intense the training sessions are, how intelligent we are with our training too. Certainly the diet as well. I think Xavi is basically going to set up a whole new bunch of rules. There's already been a lot of reports about all the rules Xavi is going to be implementing. I might do a separate video on that perhaps in the future, but do read up about that, guys, on Sport, for example. They've just done a good article on all the rules that Xavi is going to be implementing at Barcelona, and certainly that ties into my point here. He's going to be attempting to restructure the model off the pitch. And he actually talked about this in his press conference yesterday. He did say when we're doing things right off the pitch, usually the results have come. It's only when we've strayed away from these rules that then the bad times have ended up creeping into our play, and I think that's spot on. So Xavi, he'll try and revamp this structure, you know, gym, diet, training sessions, the physical preparation before matches. That is absolutely crucial, and he has to remodel that. Another point certainly worth mentioning that we are looking for Xavi to change is the team's mentality. Now, this point I'm a little more sceptical on, because what can Xavi do? You know, he can't reprogram the minds of 22 footballers. It just doesn't work like that. But I think regarding team's mentality, what you can get it from is the feeling of being at Barcelona. It's a special club. It's perhaps the greatest club of all time. And certainly, I think it's maybe the most special club of all time. The feeling it has, the pride of playing for Barcelona, I think Xavi has to implement these players. And the young players coming through, I know they already feel it, but they've got to feel it more from a young age. They need to, you know what it means to play for this club. That's key, because right now our mentality, it's just shocking. We've seen it over years, guys. You know, we can play good football, and I think some of the results over the years have been harsh, for example, but the way we've collapsed in big games, you look at the Rome and the Liverpool games that we just never forget, do we? The Bayern Munich batterings, the way we perform in the Champions League, and the other day against Celta Vigo, it just drilled it home, didn't it? 3-0 up at half-time. And we draw 3-3 in the end there. We just can't seem to cope in those sorts of situations. I think you know, mentality, like I said, it's not something Xavi can come in and say, you know, be better, be stronger mentally, you know, have that belief in yourself. It doesn't really work like that. You just have to work on it over time, and pretty soon, I believe, when you do things the correct way, usually when you're tactically correct, when you're implementing the right football on the players, when we're playing well, the mentality will just switch automatically. It's not something that will say, like I said, change your mentality. It's more, we'll work the right way, we'll play football the right way, we'll win the right way, and from that, the mentality will just shift. The players will begin to believe in themselves. You get that feeling around the group. That's something Xavi also wants to bring back, the togetherness, you know, the unity within the group. Let's build something special here. And once you get that, then the mentality shifts. That's absolutely key. Another point I want to make, guys, is kind of similar to the one I just made on regime and training and how Xavi needs to be dominant and sort of, you know, all eyes, all ears on all matters football. I think in general, Barcelona need a revamp of the footballing structure, and I think Xavi should be the dominant force in that. This is actually something that, to be fair, the presidential candidate Victor Font spoke about, where he kind of wanted Xavi at the tip of the iceberg, really, and kind of just deciding all football matters and revamping Barcelona. I think right now is a good chance to have that right now. I really do. Look, should Xavi be taking absolutely every decision? No. But I think that Barcelona need a revamp totally football. We spoke about the regime, that has to change. But if you also talk about signings, which is something that's really interesting, how the squad is being modelled, planning for the season, who should go up and down from the B team. All of these sorts of things, guys, in my opinion now, Xavi should be at the heart of. He's the perfect man to do it. Already, from what I'm hearing from the players, he's looking at the profiles, what he wants to do on the pitch for Barcelona. To me, he looks like the right guy for the job. He's the right profile. He clearly has the correct ideas, in my opinion, as to what we're needing. Already, he's looking at wide wingers. Kingsley Coman, Raheem Sterling. Both of those players would be absolutely brilliant for Barcelona. It's exactly what we need. He's identified a key area, and he's identified two players who would make a big difference and are accessible in the market. So let's get his input on these matters, guys. Let's start to dominate again. Let's start to properly plan with unity, with consensus around the board and the team, and let's dominate. And I suppose my final point really to wrap up the video would be almost a message to Xavi, and that's go for it. Go for it, Xavi. Please, change Barcelona. I know you can, because I know Xavi is a person who has that obsessive mentality. He wants to change things, and certainly he has the ideas to change things. He's not going to change things in the wrong way. If Xavi gets his way, we're going to be in luck. That's the message I want to leave with. If Xavi can do what he wants, Barcelona are going to be in good luck, in my opinion. I'm looking for the revamp, the restructure, the implementation of new ideas. This is absolutely key. We've got really, really crucial times ahead of us, but they are exciting with Xavi at the helm. So my message is, go for it, do it, take risks, make things happen, take those actions and reap the rewards. Too often, guys, we've seen cautiousness, going away from our beliefs, all of this sort of stuff. Xavi's the perfect man to scrap that, to not be cautious at all, to go for his ideas, to have belief in our idea of football, and really go for things. Right now, he's got the perfect time, almost a perfect canvas to, paint whatever picture he wants with Barcelona. He's got a great chance here to revolutionise everything when we need it most. He's got a great core of young players. He'll be bringing in other players who he needs to fit his plan. But as I say, also off the pitch, a lot needs to change, and I know Xavi can do it. that's how I'm going to end the video, guys. Hope you did enjoy it. Please do leave all of your thoughts in the comments down below. This was my video, essentially, of saying, what can Xavi bring to Barcelona? What will Xavi bring to Barcelona? What should he bring to Barcelona? And these were all my thoughts here on the 9th of November, before he's even really got started. So let's see where we are in a few months, years, and who knows, even a decade's time. I'll see you guys soon, and goodbye.